So my name's Gary Denton. I'm the Managing Director of Icon Training, passionate apprenticeship advocate. Absolutely love what we do at Icon. We change lives on a daily basis, and I literally go to sleep happy as a lamb.
How do apprenticeships work?
So apprenticeships work by you earn what you learn. So essentially you're working at your chosen career and you're getting a qualification while you're doing it. So the idea being that you'll have a training provider or your employer, or probably a bit of both, working with you across a 12-month to 36-month programme, depending on your chosen career route. And at the end of it, you'll have a suite of qualifications or an apprenticeship standard that will actually qualify you in your chosen vocation.
Who are apprenticeships for?
Apprenticeships are for everyone. There's been a lot of work done by the government over probably the last 10 years really to sort of break down those barriers that have been around apprenticeships. They are probably thought of as around the traditional elements of things like carpentry, bricklaying, of that sort of thing, but actually they're incredibly diverse. So they go across a lot of industries. There's things like legal, accounting that's being developed at the moment, so there's a possible route into that. Then you've got sort of more traditional bits around sort of back office services like management and those type of elements as well. In terms of the types of individuals they're for, again, there's probably a misconception that it's for school leavers and it's for people sort of starting off, but actually it's for anyone. They're deliberately targeted for people that perhaps are within a career and looking to perhaps retrain and go down a different route, or actually to pick up some extra skills to help them progress on to sort of the next level of the industry. In terms of sort of things that Icon do as an example, so we work within sport and leisure, but we also work within management, we work within business services at the backside of that. So again, there's an incredibly diverse portfolio of types of things that you can actually train within.
How do apprenticeships benefit employers?
Actually, they're an incredibly useful tool for employers because they can be seen as a career development pathway, and actually when they're embedded within an organisation, they're incredibly powerful for your workforce. Typically, one of the things that people are looking for when they work with an employer is an investment, and actually that doesn't have to be financial. Actually, skills is a great way of doing that, and people actually really enjoy the fact that they can actually learn on the job. From an employer's perspective, that means that you're working with someone to help them actually grow and benefit from the training, and also you're giving them an opportunity to learn things in the way that you do them as an employer, which makes them incredibly useful for what you're doing, but that also helps that individual grow on to the next stage.
What qualifications do you gain?
So if I was to rephrase the question, say what actually people can gain from an apprenticeship, actually it's a start in life. And that's incredibly important, and I think that's the thing that people need to remember is that actually when young people or even people who are looking for a career, they can gain a huge amount of experience by doing this and actually earn while they learn, which again is massively important. In terms of an entry-level role, you're looking at the basic foundations in terms of the skills they need in order to practice that job, which actually is the fundamentals that everything is built on and is incredibly important for their journey. And actually every stage beyond that, so when you're looking at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they're all underpinned by the basic knowledge that starts at level 2.
Can you give us an overview of how Earn While You Learn works?
So Earn While You Learn, which I've referenced quite a bit, the idea is really around gaining a work experience whilst actually earning a wage, and it's an alternative to going to university. The idea being that actually it's being funded by the government and your employer, and you're not having to use student loans to fund that. The idea being when you leave your employment, actually you haven't got potentially 27 grand's worth of debt that you might accrue over the 3-year period of gaining a degree. Statistics actually show that those at the age of 21 that are university graduates and those that are 21 that have been through an apprenticeship route actually come out with a comparable salary at the end of it. The difference being that you've had 3 years of earning a wage and not accruing debt.
What can an apprenticeship lead to?
So what can an apprenticeship lead to? Probably a good example is myself in this one. I actually went to university to study economics and decided actually it probably wasn't for me, and actually came out and went for a career in sport. So I started off as a level 2 gym instructor and worked my way up to a managing director of a company where I am now, and all the way through I've managed to study a qualification from 2 all the way up to my master's, which I've just completed at level 7.
Why are you passionate about apprenticeships?
So why am I passionate about apprenticeships? Because they're a massive tool that change lives. I deal with it every day, where I see that the growth of someone who's come into a career where they're looking for a chance to change their life and actually have something that actually contributes to their future well-being, their family, and overall a career that they're happy with. That's what apprenticeships are about, and it's something that I think we should all embrace more, and I think it's an opportunity that we should all look into.
How can I find out more about apprenticeships?
Okay, so if you're interested in finding out about apprenticeships and you want to know a bit more, there are multiple routes to do that. Icon has its own career page where we're advertising lots of opportunities for you to gain a career and get into an apprenticeship. But you've also got resources out there that the government provides from Gov UK, where you can actually find the routes that you want to go through, the employer that you want to use, and also the training provider that might offer that.